Boo. Did I spook you? I'm sorry. Not given to the edge. Hello, it's me. How do you dare you say dork in my presence? I have never been so insulted. Put this on real quick. There we go. But hello, Dragon. Hello, Phoenix. Hello, Mimikyu. Hello, Reborn. Hello, Sivia. Hello, Gum. Hope you're all having a good night. We played it a long time ago and I died. Or I took damage, really. Hello, Schmuck. How's it going? So. I only have like one small story. I guess 1.5, really. I went out to go get something to eat. You know, this whole thing. It's usually the case, yeah. I usually go, like, for the answer. Also, hello, OP. Yeah, hits, technically, not... I don't think I've... No, I think I've gotten 1 or 2 game overs in the original trilogy. All 4 games. But I don't think I ever... I did save state a few times, though. No, I did not fall and drop my food. But yeah, usually it is just, I go for the answer, and then I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And then it does make sense. Yeah, I find your objection, objectionable. What? But the first story is that I wandered around for a bit, like wondering what I should do for food, because I didn't actually have a plan or anything. When do I ever plan things? But I went outside after things were like all decided and whatnot, because, you know, I asked people if they wanted things. And my car was frozen. Like, the doors were frozen shut. So I, like, unlocked the door, I was like, this isn't opening. That's not good. And I had to, like, try and pull open the door. Which didn't work, so I had to run in. It didn't work because I couldn't get a solid grip on anything, because I'm a huge baby and don't like ice, like, stabbing my fingers or whatever. So, put on my thick gloves. My definitely not in a murder case gloves. And... I know, it's just ice, but it was painful ice. I couldn't handle the just ice. Hello, Loex, thank you for the host, welcome back. Yeah, definitely murder gloves. Yeah, they are good gloves, they are very, like, thick gloves. I was able to pull open the doors without a problem, like... Once I was able to get a grip without, like, tearing into my skin or whatever, then everything worked out. Then I had to sit there for, like, 2-3 minutes, just waiting for the frost and ice to melt off the windows and everything. Hello, Flame, how's it going? Hope you're having a good night. Thanks a lot for coming out here, guys. Like, it's just... I've just started. We haven't even got to the actual game, and you're still here. It's weird. But other than that, the only other thing is I was asked to get... I was given a bit of money for someone to get food, and they were like, alright, I want you to get 2 sandwiches, and then with the rest of my money, with the rest of this money, get as many potatoes as you can. Or potato cakes. Yeah, because I keep talking, I know. You don't want to hear me talk, you want to hear me talk. Could have just poured cold water on the ice. I think that would have made things worse. Also, I didn't have any. You know, walking in and getting my gloves was more reasonable than getting water. It's pretty cold out there. So. But either way. You, Missy, are the dork. So take that. But anyways, I'm going to disappear, because I'm not important. This egg is important. And we're gonna get started with the game. Do you know science? I believe you. Wait, it dissolves the water? How does it dissolve? How does ice dissolve? Whatever. Also, for those that didn't know, that song you were just listening to was Reminiscence, the DL6 incident from the Ace Attorney anime. I felt like it was a little fitting. The previous one was Von Karma's theme. Manfred Von Karma's, not Franziska. Ah, you know what? That makes sense. You have a PhD? And the P stands for Pokemon? The Inherited Turnabout, Middle, Part 1. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So we're back where we were with Ray here somehow giving us Miles' dad's, inner thoughts somehow, but don't worry about it. We're at the Zodiac Art Gallery. Oops, guess I went on for a little too long there. Something like that happened? I had no idea. None of the case files I read went into such detail. Well, I doubt there'd be anything in there that would be inconvenient to the prosecution. Especially with that Von Karma at the head. How did the investigation go from there? The desserts had disappeared from the victim's room, so the investigation hit a rough patch. That's putting it mildly. Thanks to that, it took a whole nother year before the verdict was handed down. One whole year? I was like 8. This is before the whole 3-day pre-trial system was established. The 3-day what? 3-day pre-trial. I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't remember the details. Trials didn't need to finish in a short amount of time, that they do now. Oh, okay. That's right, that was the stupid plot device of we only have 3 days until we run out of time and the case is just given a verdict. Someone has to go to jail. Or Maya. It's usually her. I see. Did they ever find why the victim's dessert disappeared? Well, kinda. His dessert was like a candy ice sculpture made from sherbet. Since it was made from ice, the general consensus was that it had melted, quote-unquote. However, that might not quite be the case. What do you mean? This museum used to be Mr. Master's mansion. I forgot that was his name. The stage of the IS-7 incident. In this very place, they're exhibiting the Sherbet Salon from 18 years ago. The victim's dessert? Question mark. Yep, though it could just be a replica of the original. I mean, I don't think sherbet could last that long unless they kept it frozen this whole time. That's why Uncle Ray had to come today to check it out. And for your old man, too. Also, don't notice that I might be wearing his hat. Now then, let's get a move on and check out the room. I'm pretty sure it's over in the Winter Palace. I love his walk. The Winter Palace should be... no. What just happened? Huh? It's locked up. That's odd. They've already opened the museum. Mr. Shields, according to the pamphlet we received at the entrance, the Winter Palace is over here. Conflicting with his memories. Really? I could have sworn it was this one. Alright, let's scoot. We gotta confirm the truth of what happened 18 years ago. Oh. Why do I know? Who's that person on the right? I think they're new. Man, still as cold as ever. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze solid. It seems the Winter Palace lives up to its name. It's like a freezer in here. With the light dimmed like this, it's almost as if the room itself is made of ice. I think the control panel for the room temperature is on the back wall. Okay. Miles, why don't you check out what temperature it's set at for me? Uncle Ray's gonna give the curator a freeze of his mind later. It's way too cold in here. It's full of ice, man. But if you want to look around the room a bit, feel free to stay or freeze to your heart's content. I'll get the camera ready. I want to take some pictures of this place and show it to your old man. Understood. I didn't know he also was connected to the Faye family. Well, I mean, I gotta say hi to them first. Hello. Well, how about this? I'll yell out, Master Mask is here! Yes, it's me, Master Mask! Good, good. Wait, Ronnie, if you say that, you'll get arrested. Come on, if we don't plan properly, we won't be able to sell it. What are these two talking about? So that's Ronnie and what's her name? He says her name all the time. Desiree, yeah, thank you, Sivia. He was Master Mask, but also he wasn't Master Mask. From the third game? They're practicing their eye techniques. I thought so. I mostly remember that from my weird remark with Godo. Who's this guy, though? There's a boy in a school bag. Did he come into the art gallery by himself? She even quit her job in order to run this museum. I don't really get it. Perhaps one of his parents knows the curator. Okay, so that's a new important character. It's nice that they have a cameo here, although I kind of wish they were a model. It's like, it's weird that I just kind of walk through them. And he doesn't really seem to care. Sivia is the mom of the chat, I think. Let's see. Mr. Shields, I can't find the temperature control panel. Ah, right. They keep it where it's hard to find. Just one moment. Huh? It's locked. Makes sense. They wouldn't want the guests changing the temperature themselves. According to the pamphlet, the Winter Palace has a temperature of 27 Fahrenheit. Brr, now that's cold. Uncle Ray's gonna freeze to death. Guess I need to find someone to share body heat with, preferably a beautiful lady. The only one around here would probably get you killed. Oh, are you trying to freeze me to death as well with those cold eyes? Of course not. I wouldn't do that. Okay, let's examine the statues. There are two sculptures displayed here. These sculptures are replicas of the desserts that vanished 18 years ago. How do you know that? Like, how would anyone know that if the guy who made them is gone? And I don't think anyone took pictures before them. Impressive, huh? These sculptures made of ice. Yes. My father never got to see these ice sculptures. And now, 18 years later, I'm standing before them. Miles, sorry to bother you while you're deep in thought. Could you turn this way a little? Like this? Yes, like that. Let me take a picture. Oh, you're such a dork. Mr. Shields, you're not... Say cheese! Mr. Shields, please don't take pictures of me. I wasn't ready, I didn't have my face on. Sorry, my bad. I just wanted to make sure the camera works okay. That camera looks quite old. Yeah, well, that's cause it's an old-fashioned camera. You know, an instant camera. We just talked about this last time. It automatically develops the photos after shooting. Pretty cool, huh? You'll notice that wasn't a question. Yes, I know, though I've never used one. You're quite a know-it-all. You really are the old man's son. Could you move a bit? I want to take some more photos of the room. His face has taken on an unusually serious expression. He's probably thinking about the IS-7s. Man, I snapped a bunch, and they're already developed, see? And somehow perfect in every way. Why do things matter? You shoved them in my face before I could reply. Well, I have one more question for you, Mr. Know-It-All, Von Karma. Do you know what these two sculptures represent? Well, one's a deer, ram, maybe? And the other one looks like... I forget her name. They're sculptures of Taurus and Gemini from the winter constellations. Wow! He actually does know it all! Although I thought Gemini was different. Oh, bingo! Not bad, Miles! That's probably why they call this room the Winter Palace. Uncle Ray is feeling generous today, so I'll give you a copy of this photo too. Thanks. All these replicas of the constellation desserts that were made 18 years ago. Yeah, it looks like these two sculptures are also made out of sherbet. It's very possible that kid's gonna stab someone, I don't know though. Uncle Ray's only seen the real sculptures in photos. But these sculptures look like the real deal. And, you know, not just giant photos. If they are, I'll be very surprised. And also, that would mean I took a photograph of a photograph. That makes me laugh. This is what you wanted to show me. Yeah, I think your old man would have wanted you to see it as well. I'm sorry, Uncle Ray didn't have the courage to come here alone. Don't apologize, this was a good opportunity to learn about my father's case. That means a lot to me. So you wanted me to take another commemorative photo? No thanks. Because that's who he is. To create something like this out of sherbet, even reproducing it would require considerable technique. The glass case seems to be lit up from the inside. If those stanchions weren't there, I could get a closer look. What about this one? Can I read this one? I can. A giant block of ice is being displayed here. It appears to be quite heavy. No, the inside must be hollow. On the surface, there is an image of the stars and the written description. The Pleiades, also known as the Seven Sisters, a star cluster that comprises a part of Taurus. But all of these stars grouped together as a cluster. The ways of ancient people must have been very imprecise. Alrighty, now that I've got some pictures of this room, let's check it out the other places. Might as well see them all, since we're already here. I suppose you're right. Ah! That yell just now. It came from the fountain patio. Let's go, Miles. Oh, of course it's you. I figured you'd show up eventually. There's someone passed out on the floor, and that man there is... Oh no. It's Larry. Larry, what are you doing here? No, I'm getting ahead of myself. What exactly happened here? Edgy! I saw something that no one should ever see! Again! When something smells, it's probably you. Larry, calm down. Why is there someone passed out here? I didn't do anything. He just fell down all of a sudden. This man, he can't be. Oh, I can't help but notice everyone else is here. Excuse me, but what's the matter here? You can't raise such a ruckus in a museum, boys. The scent is... Seems like he's still breathing, but this is a bad situation. Miles, it's not safe here. Get everyone out of here. Everyone, get away from that room right now. There's poison gas coming from it. Wow. Well, at the very least, like, they're not gonna accuse Larry of this, right? Not again. It's Lars? What? It's not Larry, it's usually Maya. I know. They're gonna accuse Larry of it. Mr. Shields, how's the victim? Looks like he breathed in a little too much of that poison gas. He's still unconscious. According to the doctor and the ambulance, there are no external injuries or any other wounds. Thanks to our fortunate timing, we were able to save him before he was too far gone. But he's not out of the woods yet. He's currently being treated by a specialist in the infirmary, who is most likely the one that we're going to suspect the most. I see. Mr. Shields, is he an acquaintance of yours? Yeah, you could say that. He's Dane Gustavia. He was involved in the IS-7 incident. The pastry chef, so he was involved in the case 18 years ago, and has conveniently showed up today when I visited. At least the other guy is doing alright. Is he a friend of yours, Miles? Friend is a strong word. Yes, you could say that. It is fortunate you were not hurt, Larry. At least he's nice about it. What's you could say that supposed to mean, Edgy? How could you treat such a childhood friend like that? That's just cruel. And also, when I'm dressed like this, I'm called Laris Duixnium, you know? So don't call me Larry, it's Lars. This man is Larry Butts, ignoring his statements entirely. He's nothing but trouble, but he's been one of my friends since grade school. We don't talk about the third one. Doem, sorry, Donum. Some time ago, he awakened to the calling of art and assumed the alias Laris Donum. That pose looks familiar. Did he do that a lot in the previous game? I think he had a different angle, though. But a butts by any other name would smell just as much. Ouch. Really? You two are childhood friends. I better report that to your old man, too. I'm sure it'll bring him joy. He was always worried about you not being able to make friends. Good for you, Edgy. Aren't you glad to have a bosom buddy like me? My father was worried about something like that. Or my father was worried about something like that. But anyway, what are you doing in a place like this, Larry? How many times do I have to kill you, Edgy? I'm Laris. What are you doing in a place like this? Yikes! Don't glare at me when you talk. So are you going to tell me? Isn't it obvious? I've come here to study art. I'm gonna take Mandy on a date here. So I was just doing some scouting beforehand. Who's Mandy? How many girlfriends are you going to have through these games before you're satisfied? Aren't you just using R as an excuse to go on a date? Not bad, Lars. Maybe you can introduce some pretty girls to me next time. Oh, now you're talking my language, dude. I think I'm getting a headache. Oh, so an infinite amount then, is what I'm getting, Sivia. By the way, Lars, did you notice anything strange when you found the victim? Nah, not really. Nothing that would make you say I saw something that no one should ever have to see? Oh yeah, that. I was just surprised when I saw that old dude fall out of nowhere like that. I didn't do anything this time for once. Can you prove that? Is that anything to brag about? Can you prove that in a court of law that you didn't do anything? Visitors, we wish to deeply apologize for the disturbance. I am the curator of this museum. My name is Catherine Hall. She's also one of the people involved in the IS-7 incident. Hello there, Miss Kate. Monsieur Shields, thank you for your continued assistance. She was the woman that we saw at the reception, so she's the curator here. We apologize for the inconvenience, especially since it's the opening day. Like the little theme song in the background, it's nice. No, you don't have to apologize for a thing, Miss Kate. Ah, I almost forgot. Let me introduce you to someone. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory Edgeworth's son. Oh, Monsieur Edgeworth. Yes, every single person did it. Oh, how wonderful! I meet the sun, not the soon, but the soon after 18 years. It's really good hair. It is an honor to meet you, defense attorney Miles Edgeworth. Wow, that was amazing. You still have that golden voice, Miss Kate. Except for when some loser's voicing over you, and then you sound like a hyena. Actually, I'm a prosecutor. Oh, so you are a prosecutor. My most sincere apologies, Monsieur Edgeworth. This woman is very polite, but slightly odd. Katie, can I get your autograph here, pretty please? Yes, if you so desire. Why do you want her autograph? Hey, don't tell me! You don't know who she is! My, you really don't keep up with the entertainment news, do you, Miles? What? What is this unbearable atmosphere? He is an ace attorney, I guess. I will probably suspect every crook, nanny, and everything in between. She's a superstar actress who's been in tons of musicals and movies. She's a great singer, too. Currently, I am the curator of this museum. I have already retired from the stage. I finished filming my role in the last movie a few days ago. My co-stars also said they would come here once I opened the doors. And here you are, Monsieur Artiste. I return this to you. Thanks a bunch, Katie. I'll treasure it for the rest of my life, or at least until, you know, the next game. Well, looks like me and Lars share the same interests. So I gathered. Larry, you said you were here to study art. Why don't you practice drawing as well? Since you're here at Miss Hall's Art Museum. Oh, it would be an honor to have Monsieur Artiste sketch out expeditions. Exhibits is what I meant to say. Regardless, it's a word that starts with an E and then it has an X. That's how words work. Anyways. Oh, I guess even you have some good ideas every now and then, Edgy. Can you pin the murder on Larry? You can, but he'll get out of it somehow. Phoenix will show up. Or Nick. I'll do a bit of sketching in for Katie here. What an amusing person. That's a word for it. Forgive the disturbance. Incidentally, who was the woman that was with you earlier? That was Madame Delicia Scones. She is currently assisting in the treatment of Monsieur Gustavia in the infirmary. Even though I said infirmary, since it is an art museum now, it is only a provisional. As I am the only staff member working here, I cannot take a leave of my duties for too long. Delicious Scones. I believe we've heard that name before, Mr. Shields. Yep, looks like the whole gang of the IS-7 incident is here. What an odd coincidence. Hello, Sonosuke. Hope work went well, or is going well, I don't know. Well, I doubt if that's a coincidence. I doubt that's a coincidence after that person said that it might have been an interesting coincidence. Monsieur Shields, Monsieur Edward, would you care for some hot tea? Oh, Miss Kate's tea. That takes me back. Yes, if you please. Glad to hear it's going alright. Now I must take my leave. I must explain the situation to the other visitors. Alright, thanks for everything. She's gonna leave that there? I thought she was carrying that around the museum. This smells like Ceylon tea. I should drink it before it cools. They're gonna get poisoned. if they both die. Oh, this Ceylon tea is very high quality, and this aroma of citrus does wonders for your concentration, right? Your old man said the exact same thing 18 years ago. So suspicious. No, I don't know. I don't know who it is yet. But the saucers back then were chilled. Today they're warm. Anyway. Don't you think this current situation is rather unusual? You mean how everyone involved in the case 18 years ago was gathered at this museum? Yes, I would like to be in charge of this case, if at all possible. Oh boy. We got the real team coming in. Hang on. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you alright? Mr. Edgeworth. Wait. What was her voice? Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Shields. I came here as fast as I could when I heard you were done in by the poison gas. I have 3 girl voices. One I don't use because it's hard to do, and the other one sounds like this. Like, Sanosuke, I can't believe you would sass me like that. Like, oh my gosh. You should just, like, get on out of here. Before I, like, attorney your face in. I'm just kidding. You're allowed to be here, Sanosuke. As long as it's not interrupting your work. Oh, my sweet honey Kay, how about a hug after being potted for so long? Feels like it's been almost a year. No. Jeez, you're perfectly fine? I can't believe you made us worry so much. Is it interrupting your work? Detective Gumshoe, what is the meaning of bringing Kay here? You're acting like I could control her, sir? I'm sorry, sir. I knew the gas was dangerous, so I tried to stop her. But no matter how much I ran, I couldn't gain any ground. You know, I probably should have just, said don't follow me. When it comes to running away, no one is faster than the Yatagarasu. That's right, that's her stupid title. But you weren't running away from here. Well, gee, thanks, Sylvia. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm all set, sir. I'll start investigating the crime scene. Since there might still be traces of gas in the room, I'll have to ask everyone to wait here. Also, take like 5 steps back. Very well, I'm counting on you. Good luck in there, Flatfoot. Hey, my feet aren't that flat. Oh, whatever. Wow, Gummy's so cool. He's just like a detective. He is a detective. That's what he is. Yes, Edgeworth here. Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like the poison gas is dissipated, sir. Hey, wait a second. I thought he went into the room on the far right. Detective, calmly explain the state of the Autumn Palace. Yes, sir. I'll start with the exhibits. On the left, there's a statue with 2 people. And on the right, there's a statue of an animal with 2 horns. Very descriptive. A statue of 2 people and a statue of an animal with horns. Isn't that the exact same thing I saw in the Winter Palace just a while ago? Also, the room is wet and with water thanks to the sprinkler system. That also prevented the gas from harming anyone else. You know, plus the closed door and everything. The sprinkler system? Was there a fire in the room? There are no signs of a fire, and the fire alarm hasn't gone off either, sir. The sprinklers in the museum are kind that detects both smoke and fire. If it detects smoke, it will send an alert to the security room. I think the poison gas might have set off the alarm in the security room, sir. And you know, no one in the security room exists because there's only one person working here, but I don't know that. Was there anyone in the security room at the time? The only one working here is the curator, Miss Catherine Hall, sir. You know, the thing I just idly commented on. Didn't expect it to be a text box. She's been in the reception booth opposite of the security room ever since that museum opened. Did Miss Hall turn on the sprinklers? The sprinkler system can only be operated manually from the security room, sir. If it had been automatic, it would have sprayed water all over the exhibits. Since the system is manual, the situation can be examined and the exhibits are moved if need be. I guess that would be more priority over the exhibits than the building. Only at a museum. Who else but museum curators? Putting art before safety. It's way too cold in this room, sir. Isn't this supposed to be the Autumn Palace? It feels more like the dead of winter here. The Autumn Palace is cold? I checked the thermostat earlier. It was set to 27 Fahrenheit. I couldn't believe it. Why would the Autumn Palace need to be set to the same temperature as the Winter Palace? There's a lot of logical things being made. That's about all I know for now, sir. Also, there's a ladder here. I'm not sure if it's a step ladder or not. I guess it kind of looks like one, but I could see people going either way. Nothing to really have an argument about or anything. If I figure anything else out, I'll give you another call. I see. I'm counting on you, detective. It's easy to feel like, oh, he's making these statements for logic because the text is green. But it's like, oh yeah, that's not important text. He's just talking over a phone. And they don't color code these things very well. What did Gummy say? He said it feels more like winter in the Autumn Palace. Huh? I don't get it. I haven't been able to enter the room personally, but it should be possible to look inside after the police have finished investigating. Huh, I'd like to know what it's like in there myself. Isn't there anyone else that knows about the incident? Aha, there is someone! Miles' friend, right. Can we, like, not? I'd rather not talk to Larry. Friend? Is he living on the edge? Yes, because he's worth it. She does have a keyblade in her hair. It's to unlock the truth. She has the unique keyblade to unlock truth. Though he's such a nuisance, we have no choice but to listen to what he has to say for now. Why does it feel like I've had to deal with this before? Wait, you mean... Oh no. Oh, you're here too, Kay. You're looking as cute as ever. Long time no see. It's Larry, isn't it? I'm trying to keep the disappointment out of my voice. Okay, right now my name is Loris. I'm an artist, that's why. Ah, that's your pen name, Loris, the artist formerly known as Larry. But definitely far from a prince. Wow, you're a really good girl, Kay. Nothing like edgy here. Larry, I have many things I need to ask you. He has like 3 alter egos, maybe more than that. He was Santa Claus once. What was the other ones? My memory sucks. But he has several alter egos, that's the thing you need to know. He was a security guard another time, I think. And yeah, I guess he was the Steel Samurai, but I think of Steel Samurai, I think of the actual Steel Samurai guy. He has a lot of different jobs and a lot of different problems. What's this? Don't tell me you suspect me again. You're gonna say because I was the first on the scene, I must be the culprit, aren't you? I never said anything like that. I mean, I haven't said anything like that today. I only want you to tell me what you saw. You said you saw something that no one should ever have to see, did you not? But now I'm saying I didn't see nothing. I didn't do nothing. Probably. Oh my, he didn't seem so confident at the end there. There are somewhat troublesome circumstances surrounding this man. Too many to count, really. The saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts, still holds true 26 years on. Ouch. One could say his tendency to attract trouble is legendary. The only one that really compares is that girl that goes with Nick a lot. With Phoenix, I suppose. No, he calls him right, doesn't he? Seems he's done something troublesome without even realizing it himself. I'll just have to try and extract the truth from him. Again. Oh hey, the background changed. Yeah, in this one he is always that man. Oh yeah, the chess piece. I forgot about this. The chess thing. Okay, what chess piece is Larry going to be? I would first assume a pawn, but probably the rook. He likes to surround himself in walls a lot. A knight? He would think of himself as a white knight, or knight in shining armor. My goal was to expose whatever Larry is hiding. However, I didn't do nothing, I didn't see nothing, I didn't do nothing. Oh. Well, there is a rook and 2 pawns. Where is that? Is that a rook or the king? Larry's an extremely restless and troublesome man. Until he cools down, I'll just wait and see. Delicious noodles and ramen? Wow! Having delicious noodles and ramen in the same place? I can't believe it, Dragon. First, ask him about his goal. This isn't something I can handle. I'll finish this quickly. Logic chess. Begin. Why'd you come here? What was your purpose for coming to the art gallery? What? Are you saying that I don't belong in an art gallery? That's not what I was saying. Hey, if you're not gonna talk, hold that pose so I can paint your portrait. And then I'll scribble all over the portrait I drew of you. I was just joking. I would never scribble over my paintings, of course. They're all works of art, after all. I don't think any of your works would qualify as art. Don't look down on me. There are people who recognize my skills as an artist. I don't want to insult him, because then he'll get defensive. Mandy's my girlfriend, but it's really my painting she fell in love with. Yeah, okay. It's probably your money again. That's why I'll sketch anything and everything my girl likes. Then why are you here on your own today? So what? Can't a guy with a girlfriend spend some time alone? Mandy said she's Gemini. I thought she'd be happy if I showed her a sketch of it on our next date. Do you really have that much confidence in the sketch? Well, I'm not so confident about this one. But I thought she would be happy if I did a sketch of her astrological sign. So you came to see the Gemini sculpture? So I see. That is just like you. To impress Mandy, you came here to see the Gemini sculpture, didn't you? Ooh, what? How did you find out? You literally just told me. Because you just unknowingly told me everything. Well then I'm not saying another word from now on. He's finally decided to remain silent. In that case, I'll be more relentless in my questioning. I'll try to find out what he was doing here at the art gallery. My power is restored. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. You know what also shouldn't take long? I need to be her back. Penny wants out. She's being a butt. I've returned. More or less. Yeah, I expect her to be back in like 5 minutes, maybe. Because she's always like that and has to bark. Ow. All I'm doing is moving a blanket. How'd I hit my hand? Only 5, yes. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. What did you do with the art gallery? What did you do in this art gallery? What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet. I just loitered around the fountain patio. You forgot to get a pamphlet? Don't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth after you pay for the admission fee? Ooh. Huh? Oh, is that right? So the admission wasn't free, huh? You didn't pay? Don't tell me. You sneaked in here without paying? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything bad. It's just there was no one at the reception booth. That's why I thought you could come in here for free. Miss Hall wasn't there. Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth. Who? Yeah, it didn't look like there was anyone at the other side of the desk. Come to think of it, Gumshoe did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth. Poor Katie. She went all of that trouble to open up the place, and now the art gallery star attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined. You know about the Winter Palace? You're certainly well informed about the Winter Palace, for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace is where your goal, the Gemini sculpture, is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you? What? How'd you find me out again? That's right, my goal was to see the Gemini sculpture. From the very beginning, the Winter Palace was the very reason why I came here. We don't have him yet. He confessed quite easily. You can never tell anything, this man. Next, I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace. He may still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reactions and extract the information I need. Did you enter the Winter Palace? Did you also enter the Winter Palace? What's with that look of distrust? Sure, I tried going in, but... You couldn't get in? You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right? Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but then that old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out. It's because of the victim, not because it was locked? So you couldn't get in because the victim of the poison gas collapsed. Yeah, he fell right outside the Winter Palace. I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace. If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I'd be in there sketching the Gemini sculpture right now. Larry must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. This should be a useful clue. Larry, did you see anything in the Winter Palace? You're still hung up on that? Didn't I say I didn't see anything? I started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I needed to leave soon to meet with my girlfriend. Perhaps I should try using that clue. What about your sketch? And take this knight! You came here to sketch the sculpture for your girlfriend, did you not? Hello, Masudano. We are not objectioners yet. We are investigators. Not objectioners until we get to the court. That's our objective. I don't think you would give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right? Well, I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but there's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right? You saw something scary? My, I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you? Edgy, can you read my mind? That would be a very short book. In that case, there's no point in keeping my secrets from you. You just told me everything of your own accord. That was a complete waste of time, but finally it's checkmate. Logic chess complete. Why the woo? Is Logic Chess now part ninja? I'd finally had my eyes fixed on the Gemini sculpture. Objection! You've mentioned the Gemini sculpture many times now, but I don't believe that the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one. Yeah, I guess. Also, hello, Reslane. Again. I don't know if I said hello earlier, but I feel like I didn't, so meh. I hear the words with my ear holes. And hello, Mimikyu. Always nice to have you here, Mimikyu. But hello, hope you're having a good night. What? Don't laugh at my sincerity, Mimikyu. What is it, a mirage then? Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. The piece of evidence shows what Larry really saw. Okay, what's supposed to be in the Autumn Palace? Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. But the Winter Palace has Taurus and Gemini. The Spring one has Virgo, Leo, and Cancer. And the Summer has Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Libra. Why is Aquarius in the Autumn Palace? Well, welcome home, Slash. And good luck finding food, Dragon. But isn't Aquarius in spring? Or at least winter. Aquarius is also in my sign, since it's early February. Everyone's an Aquarius. All of you fish here. That's why you all get schooled so easily by me, Blue Mage Brilliant. Yeah, no twins here. I mean, it says what really saw, so it would have to be this one, I guess. What? What's wrong, Sivia? Also, I hate this breakdown of this song because the thing's slowing it down. Yeah, I think it's this one. Take that! Take that! Take a look at this phamphlet. Now what? I'm sorry I made the chat mom cry. You know, I gotta be careful, otherwise everyone will get grounded. In the Autumn Palace, the Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, and Aquarius sculptures are displayed. Incidentally, I can confirm the Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. Okay, did I say you were? I'm sorry if I did. I don't know much about signs, like I don't know when other signs are, so I don't know which one you are, but... I actually know I'm an Aquarius because my mother would look at me and be like, I don't understand why you hate water if you're an Aquarius. It's like, I'm not actually a fish. Because, you know, I'm not good with water. Yeah, I'm not actually a fish. I don't know if that's a big plot twist for you guys. Nope. Hey, Reborn's the one that's the general of that army. Feel all the feelings. Oh no. By a giant crab? She didn't attack its weak point for massive damage? Oh man. Hang on, I have a thing in my phone real quick. She's not gonna say anything. Okay. So I'll figure out what Civia's sign is on my own. Capricorn? Your personality is defined by your adaptive, charming, and hardworking nature. That sounds accurate. But you know, all the zodiac things are super vague and apply to like everybody. But you know, it's still pretty accurate to you. Of course yours is on screen. Yours is always in two places at once. It's where you are now and on screen. Yeah, I held my fingers up. Even though you can't see that. Yeah, totally accurate to you alone. Only you. You're the only important one. Yeah, on-stream horoscope. You know, the reason I know, like, the Chinese zodiac thing is just because of, hang on, is this the right one? It's just because of Jackie Chan Adventures. The dragon giving you laser eyes and whatnot. I don't remember the powers off the top of my head, except for the dog, which is what I was. Because the dog would make you immortal. Yeah, right? Hang on, I can't seem to find my... I think... I lost the thing of this. Yeah, the dog was crazy, and I think the rooster was flying, the pig was lasers, or like heat vision. Yeah. Dragon was dumb. Hang on, I'm trying to find my death counter real quick. I seem to have misplaced it. There it is. Oh! Whoops, okay. You can take damage, and that counts to me. Yeah, the pig talisman had heat vision, the rooster was flight. Or like telekinesis, yeah, is more accurate. And I only remember that because there was a chicken and pig combo when the talismans got destroyed and their powers reincarnated to animals. And there was a rooster that would carry around the pig that would shoot lasers down on people. It was really dumb. Yes, there was an eggs and bacon combo. A classic. Okay, anyways. Sculpture you saw could not have been the Gemini one. I knew it. I expected him to be a bit more shocked at the news. I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess. And that transformation was no mirage. Transformation, you say? Yeah, you know what, I'll just look up the thing. Oh, you're curious too, Edgy. Well, nothing for it, I guess. Nothing for it, guess I have to show you. Show me? What exactly are you showing me? I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then, somehow. But I really can't believe what I drew. Picture? What picture? This one, right here. Oh, jeez. Well, in lighter news, the Rooster Talisman was Levitation Telekinesis, the Ox Talisman was Super Strength, the Snake Talisman was Invisibility, Rabbit was Super Speed, the Sheep Talisman was Astral Projection, so you become like a dream ghost, Dragon Talisman, something in my throat. Dragon Talisman was Combustion, Rat Talisman was Animation, so you could make little things come to life. Like, bring toys to life. Horse Talisman was Healing. Monkey was Shapeshifting. Dog was Immortality. Pig was Heat Vision. And Tiger Talisman was Balance. Or Spiritual Balance. How coincidental. It's almost like there's a Jackie Chan wiki. Cat was left out. It was the secret one. Also, yeah, I have to give Larry some I have to commend Larry on his work here. It's like, that's pretty much just a picture, but it's also like clearly made with like watercolors. I can give it to him in this universe. I don't have to praise him anywhere else. Yeah, the cat. The cat apparently slept through the race in lore, and so it didn't become part of the Zodiac or something. Something like that. I don't remember. I heard that when I was like 7. What's with this disturbing picture? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood? The cat got cheated by the rat. Of course he did. Loris, this picture is scary. Larry. Kay, it scared me too. This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes. A what? I couldn't help but scream. So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. What do you mean when you say transform? I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of the body just turned into a fish. A fish goddess, that would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that the goddess and her son transformed into. Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish? Edgy, you don't think the sculpture is cursed, do you? Those tears of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish. Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one. Did you just take that picture from him? Oh, you put the sketch in your organizer? Even a sketch like this can be used as scrap paper after all. How could you? But it's strange. Why had only the lower half of the sculpture transformed? Uncle Ray is a bit curious about what went on in the Autumn Palace. Indeed. I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture. I have a phone call. Yes, Edgeworth here. Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene. How convenient, right? Right. Good work, Detective. It seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice timing, Mr. Detective. Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture. If Kay's going, then I'm going too. I was planning on bringing him along anyway. You were? Why? Right then, let's proceed to the Autumn Palace. And they all walk in different ways, and Larry's a huge punk about it. So this is the Autumn Palace. Where are the other cops? It certainly does resemble the Winter Palace. I've been waiting a while, sir. Huh? Aren't you that Dairy Butts guy? Wrong, I'm Lars Donham. Never mind that, Detective. Just ignore him. Your report, if you please. Roger that, sir. We discovered that we used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident. Was it used to heat something? Was that ladder always there on the ground? Also, what kind of ladders? It was probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. The poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that glass case, sir. That's a suspicious nook and cranny. The Pisces sculpture. Huh? Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know what the sculpture next to it is? As we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn statue. As expected of Mr. Edward. I thought it was Taurus myself. I was thrown off as it was covered by this weird cloth. The fluorescent cloth. I wonder what it's doing here. Evidence from the IS-7 incident. No matter what it is or how it got there. The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth. Also, did you like my dramatic pause there? Just so you guys can look left and right real quick. It's because they're hidden. And because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more. Let's take a look. I'll just get this cloth off. You know, messing with the crime scene. But, you know, don't worry about it. No one died. Wow, they're beautiful. You don't think the transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of Pisces fell? See, Edgy? It wasn't a mirage or a mistake after all. Hey, Miles, that sure is something strange about this room. It looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago. Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces sculpture, it looks like Gemini. Capricorn's a half fish too, had the lower half and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, were covered up. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace, so it seems, Mr. Shields. It looks like we'll need to conduct an investigation of the Autumn Palace too. Hold it. Who is it? Oh. Of course. Mr. DeBest and Judge Courtney. Of course. I forget voices very easily. Like, I could just make him sound like a nerd. So basically just talk like this. Had that hairstyle once, including the little thing sticking up from the top of his head. Including that, huh? Okay. Well, I appreciate your commitment to the hairstyle. Hey, you guys again? This is the problem. You see, this is my crime scene. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, it would appear you still haven't understood my warnings. Furthermore, you know full well your reckless action will cause trouble for that detective. You just kinda did that? Well, that means you were just destined to be the bestie, Gum. In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass my judgment. You got it all wrong, pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edward to investigate. Really? Then, well then, Flatfoot, I'll have to do that. No, no silent E. Just a bestie. That? Yes, that. Right. Cut your salary. I'm looking forward to your next payday. I've always wanted to say that. You're the last person I want cutting my salary, pal. Hold it, DeBest. I'm only cooperating with the police as a witness in this incident. Detective Gumshoe was not to blame. So that's how it is. Well, then should I be raising his salary? No, that's not what I meant. But it would be really nice to get my salary raised. Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian. But past transgressions must lead to future judgment. Prosecutor Edgeworth and all his company departed once from this holy site. But we only just got here. The one given the goddess of law's blessing for this incident was Sebastian. In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of the case. Well, they don't even have, like, a criminal yet. They don't even have a victim. How did they already decide to put the prosecutor on the case? Unless the guy's dead now. That's right, Mr. Edward. Your opening performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit. What? Who, pal? Well, naturally. That artist, of course. Of course they suspect Larry. Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy? Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Don't you know we can't go through a game without suspecting Larry? If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how incapable you are. Inculpable? It seems he doesn't know what inculpable even means. That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edward is quite incapable. Yes, he is incapable. She just nonchalantly corrected him. Don't underestimate my intelligence-gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas. And what was the cause? Some normal substance. What was the name again? Hold on a second. I'll call the doctor and make sure. Seriously, why does she care about him? Since Sebastian is on the phone, I'll answer for him. In that case, why didn't you just tell us before he called? The poison gas, because shut up. The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different types of chemicals. Their names are normalium and fatalium. Normally fatal is what they're called when combined. Okay, so what are those chemicals exactly? Normalium is a red liquid that is commonly used in everyday products. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things. But it is not toxic by itself. So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone? Yes, but Fatalium, on the other hand, is not so easily to obtain. It sounds dangerous. What's it used for? It is the active ingredient of a white pesticide known as Megatoxin X. Sorry, you have to say it like that. Fatalium itself also has a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores. It's nearly impossible to obtain domestically. Right now, we are looking into how this chemical was obtained. Nope, no Megatoxin Y. But we do get Megatoxin Z. Okay, I finally found out the names of those chemicals. Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again. Fine then. I'll cut to the chase. You know that normalium is the poison gas also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist. Except... this is an art gallery. Paint is found everywhere. You're treating me as the culprit just because of that? I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying. Hey Edgy, don't you think this prosecutor is kind of an idiot? Wow, coming from Larry, that's harsh. Wow. Indeed, and Edgeworth doesn't even hesitate to agree, with Larry of all people. Although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd. Hey, don't ignore me! It's alright, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you. Sure. That's what we are. Like the first star to appear in the night, show us reasoning that shines the best. You had the chance to say, shines as bright, or something. You could have rhymed, Courtney. You failed this court. The first star shines best? Hey, not bad. Hey, you guys better listen up too. Hate your eyes. The artist was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best subject. The poison gas was caused by norlium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness. That pretty much proves he's the culprit. So what do you think, Justine? We cannot ignore the possibility you're an idiot. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint on the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off? The only thing I leave behind is my bond of love with you. Please watch what you say. Also, don't you have a girlfriend? My gal was already prepared to declare you guilty. Objection. Please pay no heed to this man's statement. Objection! Hey, you guys. Ignoring my reasoning is just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave. Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. Still. Like being called an idiot by Larry Butts? That's a smell that stings. Stings deep in your heart. And the smell will linger there for all eternity. I don't know, I feel like I should say, like, this is an art gallery. Like, everyone has paint. And then be like, oh yeah. Actually, probably just be like, what? No, you're dumb. It's like this first one. He was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect. It's like, yeah, that fits the rest of this game. All this game series, really. Like, Maya killed her own sister. Because she was the one to find the body. They don't go to the art gallery to make art, but there's probably paint here for the artists or something. Or Miss Hall probably has art, or artwork with paint on it. Either way, I feel like just having this thing you can find very easily in your person is not enough reasons to suspect you. If they had the other chemical, if he had the Megatoxin X, then yes, absolutely primary suspect.
Hold it.
But he doesn't. He just has paint. Indeed, at first glance, this man seems suspicious.
Objection.
But yeah, I guess in this case there also are no real paintings, but at first glance, what's with that first all of a sudden? You, are you trying to steal my spot on the star that shines the best? Huh? Would that make me the best artist? Larry, don't make this any more confusing than it already is. Mr. DeBest, continue your reasoning now. Now, Larry and Maya are the worst people to pin murders on because they'll always be suspected regardless of if you pin it on them, but they'll get away with it somehow. That's why when the one time they're going to actually commit murder, they'll probably get away with it because at that point the judge will probably be like, I feel like we've been here before and it's never you. It's a long-term plan.
Hold it.
Yes, apparently normalium is used in many everyday products. Right, so the red paint is definitely suspicious. But it's also used in things other than paint, right? I guess you have a point. What do you think, Justine? That's right, normalium is used in detergent, for example. In other words, it might not have been paint that caused the gas. That's not true. Let me finish my reasoning. Gosh, stop bullying me.
Hold it.
Even if paint has caused the poison gas, that does not mean he is guilty. Haha, well then if paint is not the cause, then that doesn't mean he's innocent either. Now he's just trying to sound clever. Mimicking what Mr. Edwards said won't make you look cool at all. Kate, please, don't make my statements look bad. Now then, it's about time to wrap up my shining logic.
Hold it.
Hold it. Do you truly claim that Larry is the culprit based on just that? Huh? You got a problem with that? If you have a problem, then present evidence. Mr. Edward, looks like he really wants you to do that. Indeed, then I will do as he wishes and present evidence. Seems he doesn't pay much attention to what the other people are saying. There's a clear contradiction in Mr. DeBest's logic. Why'd he even bother making the phone call? I'll finish this quickly. This is a waste of time. Do I have evidence? That's the same thing as before. Yeah, pointing out logic. I wonder if they say anything different now. Oh, that's a different cloth. A blue cloth. I guess this kind of relaxing color is nice once in a while. Miles, you sound like your own man. I don't want to hear that from Mr. Shields. According to Mr. Shields, this allows you to change the color of the cloth. Let me try it out. Boop. And now it's teal. The cloth has started to glow. The cloth is glowing with a light blue aura. According to the detective report, it was wrapped around the statue like this. So it would seem. How is this related to our case? I don't know. I just wanted to see the cloth change colors, okay? So I guess the obvious contradiction is the poison gas was in the room and the victim was outside the room. But I don't know which one proves that. That one with the thing? Thank you, Dragon. Appreciate it. I don't care about that one. I don't think the heat thing is important, so I guess it's just the poison gas. Oh. Nope, wasn't that. Mr. DeBest, what do you think about this piece of evidence? You shouldn't believe in me. Overruled! I don't believe this evidence has that kind of meaning. Is that right? I like how he was about to believe it, too. Why, with Judge Courtney here, I can't do anything. Also, you don't need to yell objection so loudly. Just showing evidence will suffice. You don't need to tell me that. Okay. Oh yeah, I wonder if they found that fire thing in there. Is that in his painting? No, it doesn't look like it. Although that's a really good ladder. I'm sure he's probably had plenty of experiences with ladders, though. I don't know which one I'm supposed to do. I'm sure it's pretty obvious, but I don't know. Well, found in paint, right? I mean, he obviously has red paint. Right here, for one. Try reading? Dang it, I don't want to read. I was first discovered the victim, now she's the best suspect. Poison gas caused normally chemical found in paint, right? If he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. Best chance to do what? I mean, is it just the picture? Because he was... because he was sketching? But he said he was... worked on that afterwards. Like, am I overthinking it again? I don't know. It is not, Sebastian. Prosecutor has misstatements as contradictory. Of course, there's no way it could be a contradiction in my argument, because I am a 5-year-old child with a conductor's baton. And my hair forms a question mark above my head because I never have any idea what I'm saying. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I'm a 6-year-old baby without a conductor's baton. I just can't read. Chemical found in paint, right? I don't know, maybe. This is a waste of time. I agree, Edward. Like, is it just in the gas burner? But I figured that'd be to melt something. Alright. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what this game wants me to say. Both, Mimikyu. Every prosecutor has one gimmick or another. Edgeworth is super edgy. Francisca has her whip. Von Karma had his taser at one time. White Fatalium mixed with the red Normalium. What, does he said white paint or something? No? I don't know. I don't know what this game wants. The phrasing's bad for me. Not bad in general, I just am not, it's not clicking with my brain. I don't know what it's trying to get me to say. Like, which part of this... I'm sure I'm just overthinking it or underthinking it. Like, is it just... Yeah, obviously he's just... saying he's carrying one, but how... Like, which one do I save thing on? I don't know. There, I did it. Poison was caused by 2 things to best. Also, I'm dumb. I guess so. It's like, it's not the thing I was looking for, because it's not the big contradiction with his entire thing, is he doesn't have the other thing. Ugh. Mr. DeBest, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star. It shines the best like a shooting star, right? It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out. The poison gas originated from the glass case of the Pisces sculpture. Exactly, so that's where the artist set off the gas, right? He used the Normalium in his red paint. As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself. Really? But I thought I heard that normalium caused the fatality. Don't tell me you just misheard the forensic report. Darn it! By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas. It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are! Hey, what do you mean incapable? You tried to use that word earlier, and you still don't know what it means? He means to say you are lacking in ability. Incidentally, inculpable is a completely different meaning. I get it. You're making fun of me again, aren't you? I'm merely saying you are incapable in your investigation, and I'm going to make sure I use this word, since you tried to use it against me. Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement. What kind of doubts? For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time. That's literally impossible. Moreover, do you have any evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case? The most important thing now is not the red paint, the red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how were these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern. Naturally. And you know, we could do the smart thing and maybe investigate this room a little, but I'm wasting time arguing with you and my child here. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss the old judge with the beard. I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. Don't tell me you're gonna say you know the cause of the poison gas. How the poison gas started, I have something that may shed light on this matter. Quite literally, perhaps. Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff. Come now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with. Very well. If you say so, Sebastian. Come on, show us. How did the poison gas start? The gas burner, I guess? I don't know.
Take that!
Nope. His foolish logic will make you feel foolishly foolish. Okay, there we go. I just wanted to be at 30. He actually backed off. It's a blessing in disguise. Don't give up, Mr. Redbreath. Keep using your poisoned tongue like you always do. I must have evidence that shows how normalium and fatalium were mixed. Red normalium and white fatalium were mixed, huh? I mean, I guess the picture, right? Not that one, obviously. But does Larry's picture really count as real evidence? I guess it has to. Is there anything else? I mean, I have nothing else to really go, so...
Take that!
Surely you're not saying that this was the cause of the poison gas. It seems even you've noticed it. Duh, it really stands out. Those red tears that Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium. Huh? Wait a second. If those were chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas? I don't have time to play along with him. That man isn't around, so it couldn't be a ghost in this case. The red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. Yeah, ghost types do not commit murder. You know, except for that one that totally murdered someone. Or at least tried to, I think. That red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas. What? Where do you see evidence that chemicals were mixed? That can also be seen in this sketch. Here's the evidence to show the two chemicals were mixed. This pink stuff, I guess.
Take that!
A pink liquid can be seen flowing from under the case of the Pisces sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed. Hold on a second. I just don't get it. How does that show off that Normalium and Fatalium got mixed? Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, do you? You should know about mixing paint, right? Also, yeah, OP, I think you're talking in the VOD somehow? Who knows how that happened? What do you add to red to make pink? Don't take me for a fool, Edgy. I'll have you know I graduated from middle school. If you add white to red to make pink, it's common knowledge. Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others, but... Hold it! That's enough. Now do you understand, Mr. DeBest? Ah, that's how it is. By mixing red Normalium and white Fatalium, you get a pink liquid. Yes, exactly. Took him long enough. I see. It looks like Mr. DeBest finally gets it. Overruled. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. Do we really need to know the color that was used to result in the two chemicals together? Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. I cannot put much faith into it. I just painted what I saw. How could that be a lie? Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak. You didn't permit him to not speak either, lady. So cold, but that's part of her charm. Of course it is. I intend to bring the truth to light immediately. Overruled. It would not be wise to jeopardize your position even further. Aren't you going to answer my question from before? How do you know that Mr. Artiste here did not enter the Autumn Palace? If you cannot prove this, there is no room for you to argue any further. Hey, couldn't we find out that we talked to the victim, pal? The victim, Dame Gustavia, remains unconscious in critical condition. Ah, that's right. Guess I forgot about his whole almost dying thing. Why do you even have a model for your stupid hammer thing? Well then, Sebastian will be investigating the crime scene now, with my overseeing, of course. All of you, please vacate the premises. Is Ray finally gonna step up? Hold it! If you were to take a stand in court, you'd cause a lot of trouble for the presiding judge. Oh, lady, you have no idea. A judge should not be here, but, you know. Is there something you would like to say, Mr. Artiste? Hold your horses, Miss Cool Beauty. My name is Justine Courtney. Except I'm never just in court, but whatever. Please don't address me by such a strange title. Oh, you finally told me your name. Pleased to meet you, Justy. I'm Lars Donham, but you can call me Lars. Mr. Artiste, please get to the point. I just remembered something I haven't had a chance to say yet. When I first got to this room, it was locked, so I couldn't go in. But then that old dude just suddenly fell through the door. It would appear that the palace rooms can be locked from the inside. But just because you say it was so doesn't mean the door was locked. Well, if you haven't seen the Ace Attorney series, check out Blue Mage Brilly on YouTube, who has played through all the games so far, except Dual Destinies and whatever's after that. And this game. He sounds like a total loser. Without proof, your statement holds no value. Objection. Well, why not let Uncle Ray prove it for you? What? When did you get here? After all, we can confirm that the room was locked too. Right, Miles? Yes, I remember that as well. We better flash back to something that happened like literally 10 minutes ago. Huh? It's locked up. 10 minutes, 2 hours? What's it matter when it comes to a flashback? You know, technically it was like an hour, maybe. Until the gas outbreak, no one could have entered this room. Overruled! Perhaps the suspect entered the room with the victim during the gas outbreak. Objection! Shut up! Excuse me. I feel like there's a little bit of dust in the air or something in my room. Maybe I'm getting hit by poison gas. Yep, I have all the Ace Attorney streams on YouTube in a playlist. Yeah, who would ever just lurk in a stream? Or like 5 other streams at the same time as one stream? Like, who would do that? Anyways. As you can see, this man did not inhale any of the gas. If you examine his belongings, you'll find out he wasn't carrying a gas mask either. Is that so? Well then, I have no choice but to agree. That was easier than I expected. Anyway, I presume this clears up any suspicions surrounding Larry. It seems Mr. DeBest's logic was off once again. Wahaha! Not exactly. I just didn't have enough information, that's all. Therefore, my reasoning was just before its time. That still means you were wrong. Shut up. He sure has a grand way of saying that things didn't work out for him. In that case, there's only one more suspect who has yet to take a stand. Mr. Artist, you are free to go. Huh? But I wanted to talk to you a little more, Jesty. Overruled. Ouch, harsh. Your cold demeanor leaves me mesmerized all the more. This other suspect is a pharmacist by the name of Delicia Scones. It would have been difficult for this artist to obtain the fatal allium from Megaton X. But a pharmacist may have knowledge of how to do that. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Sebastian, it would be best if we brought her in quickly. Best if we brought her in quickly? Heh. Sounds good, leave it to me. Also, we're not in court, but I'm not gonna say that out loud. Hey, Flatfoot, keep up the investigation. Got it. I'm not gonna call you pal, though, pal. Ah, dang it, I did it anyways. It's a fictional law system where someone has to be held accountable, and for some reason a judge is able to walk into a crime scene. Even though they're supposed to be, you know, persuaded in the courtroom. Like, they don't even follow their own rules most of the time. Don't tell me, Judge Courtney suspected her from the very beginning. So Mr. DeBest's logic wasn't any help at all. Judge Courtney, just what is she thinking? To be continued. Yeah, like she didn't even... I don't know. She didn't even bother trying to learn what was going on. Should we continue or not? Me? I know the whole story, obviously. Or do you mean for her? Because no, I have no idea. I'm sorry, Flame. There are reasons. Uh-oh. I don't want to know. Oh, he's fine. He's just joking around, I think. There. Well, I appreciate it, Flame. I don't agree, but I appreciate it. Jeez. That was me! I flipped a coin and I hit my pinky and it hurt. I don't have a cap. What? She said it would only be a 10-minute recess. They sure are taking an awful long time. Welcome back, OP. I guess it might, if you went like offline on mobile or something, it might have like kicked you to the VOD in order to get you back to where you were. I don't know how it works on mobile though. I think I've only been on Twitch like maybe twice on mobile. Ahem. Ahem, sorry to keep you waiting. Kept you waiting, huh? Prosecutor the Best presents Miss Delicious Stones. Scones. Not stones, but scones. Yes, see? You called and therefore here I am. It is I, Delicious Scones, the pharmacist who makes delicious drugs. Is there such thing as delicious drugs? Yes, those were surely dark times for you, Reborn. But you were reborn into the realm of the light. And I know now, without a doubt, Twitch chat is dark mode. But also light, just a little bit. Reborn into 62,142. Yeah, I figured it'd be mobile shenanigans. No one ever takes care of the apps. But you can call me Miss Delicious. And you can call me Mr. DeBestibestis. Oi, nice to meet you, bestie. They've gone straight to nicknames. Huh? That boy reminds me of someone. Hey, this is Miles Edgeworth. He's Gregory's son. Yesy, nice to meet you, Miley. Could you please not call me Miley? I have some other one calling me Edgy. I'd rather not combine the two. Suspect every suspicious person. Lame. Aha! Meeting Greggy's boy. I guess it's a sign that I'm getting old. How old is this woman? She looks like a doll, which is probably the point. So she's probably ageless. Please don't hammer the floor, it's very brittle and probably made of ice. If you break it, you're buying it. Sebastian, isn't there something you'd like to ask Miss Pharmacist? Why didn't they just ask her questions on the way here? Why did they purposely come to this room when they're trying to keep Edgeworth out? Oh, right, yeah. Miss Delicious, could you tell us the reason why you came to the gallery? Yes, see? I came to see the curator, Katie. I've been friends with her for 18 years, so I visit her quite often. Is that true, Miss Pharmacist, that you also assisted in the treatment of Mr. Gustavia? I guess you could say that, although I only made the antidote for the doctor. Wow, you made the antidote on the spot? Yes, see? As long as I have the right ingredients, I can make any drug easily. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. The infirmary here is well equipped, you see. Instead of sending him to the hospital in critical condition, we treated him right away. I did all I could do. The rest depends upon his body's ability to recover. Also his hat. Do you know the victim, Miss Delicious? Yes, see? Although it's been 18 years since I last saw him, I would be skeptical that you have not seen him once in 18 years. But whatever. I only knew that he had become a world-famous pastry chef. Eh? Is the victim that famous? I heard the news that he had won a competition for the designing desserts. That reminds me, I do remember him mentioning something about studying design in Xingfa. Of course he's in there. Why would he not be in there? Everyone comes from there. I bet Lang knew him. Lang was probably his top fan. Did he? I didn't register it before, I guess. Before all this went down, that there is. Now, let's get down to business, Miss Pharmacist. Are you familiar with the drug Megatoxin X? Yeah, you act like I'm reading. Yes, see, it's the drug that used to kill those things. It's mega effective. Those things? I hope it's not made to kill that man. I'm assuming rats, because that's like standard rat poison. But, I don't know. Like, what? Rat poison usually doesn't have a metal name. Because the effects are so potent, it's not available to general public. What are those things you're referring to? It's a drug for vanquishing the creatures that strike fear into the hearts of a lady. Lions and tigers and bears? Oh my. The ones that often infest kitchens and the like. Ah, I think I know what she's talking about. So, Miss Pharmacist, may I ask you one more thing? Do you know what happens when you mix normalium with fatalium? Yes, see, I know. It's even written on the warning label for Megatoxin X. I mean, Megatoxin X. Hazardous when mixed. When the two drugs are mixed together, a chemical reaction occurs and a gas is released. Inhaling a large amount of gas can cause breathing difficulties and even death. From the amount of poison gas Gusty breathed in, I think there was probably at least a 5 milliliters of each chemical. What does that mean? Does that really matter when it's a gas? As expected of a pharmacist, she's very well informed. Normalium is an adhesive liquid that becomes hot as soon as heat is applied. It's also a red color and has a minty fragrance. Due to its low cost, it's used everywhere. Fatalium is white, watery liquid. Does it not have a scent or anything? That's enough for now. As expected of us pharmacists, you're very knowledgeable. Yes, see, of course I am. Megatoxin X is one of the chemicals that the company I work for produces. Ah, but not just anyone has access to it. It's so potent that as a poison that it couldn't be sold to the public after all. Thank you. I think that's all I need to hear. Does Judge Courtney suspect her? What is she hiding behind that smile? Is she even smiling? Oh! Oh, wait. Wrong one. Wrong person. Also, I'm beginning to get suspicious of someone else. Oh, Flatfoot, you made progress in the investigation or something? Yeah, let me tell you. And also everyone else in this room. Why is Larry still here, by the way? Or, I mean, Harry? The glass cases that contain the sculptures can be opened by a mechanism in the lid. What a strange case. The temperature in the cases can be lowered down to 0 Fahrenheit. The inside of the Pisces case was set to 27, so my hand nearly got stuck to the ice. Good thing it didn't. So then? From the lid in the Pisces case, we detected slight traces of normalium. Eh? Not bad. Huh? If the normalium was in the glass case at the temperature of 27, then it would have been frozen to the lid. Eh, really? So what happened? Mr. DeBest, why don't we try borrowing the power of Kay's little thief? I feel like this is a bad thing to put in front of a judge again, but whatever. I think the circumstances will be easier to understand if we use our Mr. Thief. Heh, so you really want to help me out that much? Fine, I'm not sure how this all works, but you, get on with it. Oh, I hate being bossed around by this guy. But to arrive at the truth, I'll do it. Even though I have nothing to invest in this case. Stop acting as you please. The goddess of law has no need of your power. Don't be such a stick in the mud, Courtney Pie, even though that's literally what your entire character seems to be. We have the approval of the prosecutor in charge, so what's the problem? Could it be there's something that the PIC doesn't want us to find out? That's none of your concern. If you insist on participating in the investigation, then let me check if you're qualified by asking you a question. What is she planning? Who set off the poison gas? If you can answer me that, I'll allow you to work with us. Well then, Miles, person who opened the Pisces case and set off the gas. When you think about the circumstances, there's only one person who it could have been. Yes, considering the circumstances, it's clear who it was. But we're not going to tell you, you have to tell us. Please give me the answer. Who set off the poison gas? Yeah, clearly only one person could have done it. Which, I mean... I bet it was Goku too, yeah. I mean, really, there's 3 choices here, but I don't know which one the game wants to reasonably suspect at the moment. I would assume her. I assume that she's the one they wanted me to suspect right now. Because she's the pharmacist, she knows all these things. And obviously she's like right here, so she can react to this. And you know, he was here. He's 54. So like, he was affected by it because he was in here, so he could have opened the thing. But also, why would he poison himself? But if it was set off remotely, then it's gotta be Ray! No. Then it would have to be Kay, the one who handles all those things and also set off the sprinklers. I'm probably overthinking it again. As I tend to do. But yeah, you're right, it is who set off. So I guess it would have to be Catherine. No, it was you! I wish she would have a unique thing, but I have the feeling it's not going to be a unique thing if I say it was her. Like, are you an idiot? Why would I do it? I wish we could just admit to a crime.
Take that!
Set off the gas is clearly this person. Overruled. Okay, so it doesn't want me to... I should have gone with the obvious answer. I suspect you just aren't qualified... Please wait, Courtney Pie. He was just joking. If you think about it carefully, it's obvious who caused the poison gas. Only that person was in the room at the time. Right, Miles? Yes, that's right. So I'll ask again. Who set off the poison gas? Like, I guess he would have done it, but then it's like, are they gonna arrest this man who poisoned himself? I don't think there's a law against that.
Take that!
There was no one in the Autumn Palace other than the victim, Dane Gustavia. It's hard to believe it could have been anyone but him. It seems that way. Also, didn't they just say that the cases could be opened remotely? Maybe I misread that. Very well, I'll allow you to participate this time. However, if I feel you are a hindrance, I will ask you to leave. Understood. But what I don't understand is why the victim opened the case. So, Mr. Edworth, what should I recreate? Based on the information we have gathered so far, let's recreate the scene before the gas. Got it. Also, this is quite the party. We have, like, so many people here. And there's 3 people just off camera. Not even in the room.
Why, don't scare me like that! So this is the true power of Sir Thief.
Let's investigate the Pisces sculpture post-haste. There's frozen normalium on the lid of the Pisces sculpture glass case.
It's frozen so thick you can't even open the lid.
On the actual glass case, the lid was heavily cracked. It was like someone had... Looks like someone had it out for the Pisces sculpture, sir. Do you have any idea how it came to be cracked like this? Now the damage didn't seem to have come from outside the glass case, sir. I see. So the inside of the case was below freezing point, and the case had developed cracks. There are no signs of external damage. From this we can deduce below freezing, like Mr. Edgeworth's cold stare. You realize you're talking to me, right?
And cracked, like Mr. Edgeworth's furrowed brow.
I feel like I'm being sassed right now. Thermal fracturing. The cold glass was heated from the outside, causing it to crack. Not like my brow.
But why did the thermal fracturing occur here, and what caused it?
Inside the thermally fractured glass case, there was a frozen normalium.
Oh, that face means you've probably thought of something, Miles.
Indeed I have. I know how Mr. Gustavio was able to open the glass case.
What? How can you possibly know something I don't?
Well, I read a book once. That's something I have over you, I think. I'd say things that he does know are in the minority.
Hey, aren't you gonna let me know? How did Dane Gustavia open the glass case?
I mean, I assume this is where the heater comes into play?
Take that!
This gas burner that was found in the Autumn Palace shows sign of recent use. I believe this is the cause of the thermal fracturing in the Pisces sculpture glass case.
A gas burner? That's also a glass burner? Why would he use something like that? Ah, I got it.
There's too many people talking here, by the way. Like, can we just have two people having a back and forth, please? It's easier on me and you. I missed the courtroom.
The lid was frozen shut, so he had to use the burner to melt the ice.
Indeed, that is correct.
Yeah, I just had a late start. I'm still the best, you know. Late start? You didn't even understand a single thing, did you?
Have you even started?
I feel like you began at the finish line. And that's just because Mr. Edwards' explanation was too hard to follow.
Okay, why don't you update the little thief so that he can understand it?
If you say so. Right, let's restart the recreation.
Also, Larry, could you please stop drawing? Why is that your waiting animation? The victim, Dane Gustavia, was the only one to enter the Autumn Palace. If he used the gas burner, then the normalium in the gas case would have melted.
And then...
And then the melted normalium would have come into contact with the fatalium inside the case. And produced the poison gas.
And then...
The moment Mr. Gustavio opened the lid, he would have begun to inhale the gas. He managed to drag himself out to the fountain patio, just before his strength ran out. Yeah, they were assaulting your brain cells, so it is technically self-defense.
So he inhaled the gas when he opened the lid.
It seems he finally understands that someone inhaled poison gas. Wait a second, he already knew that. Why are we explaining this to him? He already knew that someone inhaled gas. Ugh.
But why did Mr. Gustavia open the case of the Pisces sculpture?
The victim's goal, I do not yet know.
Perhaps he had the same reason as Uncle Ray. Maybe he actually came to see the Winter Palace, not the Autumn one. Uncle Ray also thought that this was the Winter Palace at first. Oh, you too, Ray Ray? I thought so too. It looks just like Icy's room from 18 years ago. It's even got exact same plants in the front of the door. Seems everyone in the IS-7 incident made the same mistake. It is imperative that we investigate the real Winter Palace immediately. I suggest that to Mr. DeBest. I get it now. Yeah, that's how it was. Huh? Did you think of something? Is this a milestone? Because I'm right here. Making it a milestone. The victim committed suicide! Yeah, thank you for the edge palms. He thought he would look refined if he died in an art gallery. Have you even been listening? Well, if you're as smart as me, just hearing half the story will be enough. Sebastian, I'll explain it from the top later. Top? That means best, right? Alright, I'll leave it to you. Yes, it would indeed be best to let Judge Courtney handle him. That aside, don't you have some information to inform everyone of? Ah, I totally forgot. What are you talking about? We did a little checking on that pharmacist. We, meaning me, the best prosecutor's subordinate. That's not something to brag about. Shut up, you. Quiet down and listen. Suicide is, off the table for now, yeah. That's because, in short, that pharmacist is the culprit. She set the gas up as a trap. No. It is a terrible shame, Miss Pharmacist. How could one in the profession of saving lives stoop to extinguishing them? Huh? What are you saying? I would never do such a thing. Mr. DeBest, do you have a basis for the accusation? Huh, of course. This is my basis. Courtney, do we have a basis for my accusations? Yes, of course you do. It's right. It's in your pocket. I gave it to you before we got here. Oh, yeah, thanks. A pharmacist license. It would permit her to handle Megatoxin X. Am I right? And its active ingredient, Fatalium, was one of the components in the poison gas. I can't help but wonder if Fatalium is in anything other than Megatoxin X. Exactly. That chemical is almost impossible for ordinary people to obtain. But that pharmacist is another story altogether. She makes delicious drugs, apparently. Also, in the past, in the IS-7 incident or whatever, she was pretending to be a chef. So I guess she just kind of kept the look after that, or they were too lazy to make another outfit for her. Yeah, delicious drugs. Eat this drug. It looks like a demon, but it tastes heavenly. It was not me. You got it all wrong. Objection. That's not all. The bottle of Megatoxin X was found in the victim's pocket. On the bottle, we found clear fingerprints. Yours. You and the curator took the victim to the infirmary, right? That would have given you the perfect opportunity to plant the bottle on him. That's... Well, at least I know who it is now. You are the only pharmacist on the premises who could have handled Megatoxin X. Furthermore, as for the curator of this art gallery, you're an acquaintance of hers. You would have had access to the gallery at any time in order to prepare the poison gas trap. Please wait. That Megatoxin X was stolen. Trying to lie your way out of this won't go well with me. It's true. Also, you lie all the time. Shut up. Look here, I've got proof right here in my bag. What is she searching for? Not this. Not this either. Wait, why does she have... I remember seeing cloth like that recently. Ah, here, please take a look at this. Also, I like how they didn't have a different picture for that cloth. It still has the wire attached to the lighting. They just conveniently had the machine set to the side. Ah, here it is. Please take a look at this. It's some sort of paper. What's it say? April 1st, you've been fooled. And then she just disappears. Turns out she was mask to mask the whole time. Theft report accepted. Stolen item Megatoxin X. This is a theft report. Accepted certificate. What? Yes, see, the truth is, 1 week ago, my Megatoxin X was stolen. 1 week ago? Then that means you didn't have it with you today. Yes, see, that bottle you just found is probably the one that was stolen from me. Now, I normally carry that bottle of Megatoxin X in my bag at all times, even though I often forget to keep it locked up. I would never think about mixing it with normalium. Why would you carry a highly toxic substance in your bag? Also, stop licking your stupid bowl. But why in the world would you carry such a dangerous substance on your person? Well, you never know when those things will appear. Those creatures that infest the kitchen, striking fear into the hearts of a lady, right? Although if you had rolled up newspaper, you could just squash them with one blow. Justine, what do we do now? Why do they not name this thing? And hello, Blood Silver. Hope you're having a good day, and yes, right. Well then, can we really accept this theft report? Let's ask for a confirmation. That should clearly tell us whether or not she's lying. Right, well then, I'll just call and confirm it. Looks like Mrs. Delicious isn't the culprit. Indeed, if she really did set up the poison gas as a trap, I don't believe she would do it the way that incriminates her the most. So Miles, who do you think is the culprit? Predicting the actions of the victim would require a fair amount of advanced planning. And there's only one person here capable of that. Huh? Uncle Ray would like to know too. Who do you suspect? The one who stole the Megatoxin X and prepared the room in advance was...
Take that!
It had to be the curator of the Zodiac Art Gallery, Miss Catherine Hall. However, I still don't have any evidence that she is the criminal yet. It was not Gumshoe. Why would you suspect me, pal? I'm the one who investigated the place. I didn't even arrive until the guy was already unconscious. I see. She is... The way you said that just now sounded like he had been expecting it. Huh, good job, Miles. I'd expect it from Uncle Ray's future apprentice. I have no intention of becoming your apprentice. Too late, you already are. You signed the contract. And now I will announce the results of my verification. I can confirm that her theft report was indeed accepted. Therefore, it's a little too early to come to a decision. I kind of suspected Kate the second that Delicious said that she was her friend. Because it's like, who would have the opportunity to get that chemical if not your friend? That means your logic was completely faulty. You're wrong! My real performance is still to come. Really? And how do you plan to proceed with your investigation? First we need to speak with the curator. And after that? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, okay? Sebastian, Mr. Gustavia may have had business in the Winter Palace. I believe we should send an investigator there as well. Oh, that's good too. Detective Gumshoe, investigate the Winter Palace at once.
Got it, sir. I better not get my pay cut for this.
Justine, let's go talk to the curator. Yes, let us proceed.
We should go and listen to what Miss Hall has to say as well. Larry, why are you here? Larry, why are you still here? You have literally nothing else to do in this case.
Alright, I want you guys to listen to what the curator has to say. Mr. DeBest, weren't you going to go and talk to her yourself? Nah, that's a job for my subordinates. All I have to do is wait for their report. I'm the best prosecutor, after all.
Such arrogance.
Such arrogance.
Thank you, Sivia. His name is DeBestie. That's the thing. You can go now. Okay. If only Edgeworth had that voice. But no, don't go, Sivia. We need you here. How else are you going to sass me in real time? For my stupid choices and overthinking it. Well, this is anticlimactic. I'm gonna go chill for a bit. Huh? What's that in the fountain? It's a head! It's a dead! What? There's a dead body in the fountain! What is the meaning of this? No, I've been calling him DeBest, but I call him DeBestie because it's the best. Silence, everyone! Forensics! Identify this body at once! It's terrible, pal! Please be quiet, detective. The ice sculptures in the Winter Palace. They've all melted, pal! Dead people and dead statues? What? 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 Everything's getting intense. What's going on here? There are 2 victims now. This is all just like 18 years ago. Once again, Uncle Ray's caught flat-footed. The ice sculptures have melted. Again? And everyone related to the incident 18 years ago is gathered here now. This is no mere coincidence, don't you think so, Miles? Yes, the key to finding the truth of this case lies in the IS-7 incident. This is what I believe. Heh, that's right. Uncle Ray thinks so too. Looks like the time once again for Uncle Ray to tell you about the IS-7 incident. In other words, get ready for a filler arc. To be continued. That was a pretty short chapter, I have to say. Let's go back to when I told you flashbacks were important, because I think flashbacks are pretty important. The IS-7 incident, 18 years ago. Gregory Edgeworth's last case. And also, I'll be right back. I bet you thought we would continue right away, but I'll be right back and then we'll continue. Listen to this sad music. I'm back, and Larry's okay. Like, he's an idiot, but he's like the endearing kind of idiot. It's like no one really wants to see him hurt, they just kind of wish that he wasn't being such a jerk about it. Yeah, he's an idiot, but he's our idiot. Exactly. DeBest and Courtney or whatever. I don't know their story, but DeBest is definitely not DeBest. Laying face down in a fountain naturally causes death? No, it doesn't. It makes your dreams come true. Well, I appreciate it, Sivia. We'll get there. I'm sure it'll be explained in this game. Their next case will probably be all about them or something. Yeah, everyone send hearts towards Sivia. I don't care what kind of heart. As long as it's not a broken one. Yes. Streamer's order, sorry. With your powers combined, I am Captain Heart. Pizza Hut. Wow. Anyways. You're fine, OP, and also welcome back. Sure, I can read Sivia's mind at the moment. Just, of course, you realize this means war. I'm sure I'm gonna get payback for that eventually. Joke's on her. I can close my eyes. Anyways. The IS-7 incident 18 years ago. Gregory Edwards' last case. Isaac Dover was murdered at the venue of the dessert contest, and his body was discovered in the chocolate treasure chest made by Jeff Master. The victim died from blood loss after being struck on the head with a rock salt lamp. The murder weapon was found hidden inside Alicia's candy castle. Then, in the victim's room, where no one had searched yet, all of Dover's sherbet sculpture had melted. 18 years ago, as they just said, but we need to flash back to them saying that it was 18 years ago. The sculptures in Mr. Dover's room have melted. Due to that, Prosecutor Von Karma immediately drove us away from the scene. How are we gonna investigate now? And what's with that defense attorney's out? Von Karma's methods are deplorable. Well, investigating a crime scene is supposed to be the police's job after all, and for some reason that includes the prosecutors, but they never really explain why. But you gotta admit, Von Karma's methods are way out of line. Defense attorneys and the police should work together to discover the truth. Raymond, you must realize that not everyone shares the same views as us. Should one expose the truth for the sake of justice, or simply accept things as they appear? Everyone has their own view on what is right and what is wrong. In Von Karma's case, I suspect everything is wrong, except for him. But, you know, even if that means convicting an innocent man, both ourselves and the police are only human, and as humans, we all make mistakes. It is for this reason that we defense attorneys exist. So that those who are alone and helpless can have an ally on their side. An ally on their side? If we cannot investigate, shouldn't we find some other way to help? I'm sorry, Mr. Edworth. I still have much to learn. You're still young, so you may have many opportunities to learn. Right, I'll do my best. Monsieur Edworth and Monsieur Shields, would you like to take a brief respite? No thanks, we kinda just had one. Where, you know, we were playing with Edward's son or whatever in the future. I know it's not much, but please eat these. Suspicious. Get ready to Lunar Soft. Uh-oh.
Wow, thank you.
Chocolates added to the court record. Let's eat. I appreciate getting some sugar into my system, but these are a little too sweet. And it's a little misshapen, too.
I'm terribly sorry. Does it not suit your taste?
Not at all. It's deliciously sweet.
Thank you very much. But making the sweets isn't really my forte. You made this chocolate cake? Yes, chocolate is Monsieur Master's favorite food. It's not really a food though, but preparing his favorite food is also part of my job. But I'm not that good at it, so I need him to instruct me.
I envy Master Jeff. He gets to eat Kate's handmade sweets whenever he wants.
Did you say something?
No, it's nothing. This is so sweet in more ways than one.
How can he think these things with such a stern and serious face?
Wow. Thanks for gifting a tier 2 sub to Reborn, OP. I appreciate the support in both ways. Speaking of the sub things, I'm probably gonna remove that sub goal thing and just put like the current highest score or something. Because we lost all of those gifted subs. So now it's back down to 26 when it was at 50. OPY. Thanks for gifting a tier 2 sub to Phoenix as well. I appreciate the support. This is too sweet in more ways than one. What is the human emotion called wub? It's that noise your cars make when they're really excited. And when they're really excited to see you and want to go driving with you. It's wub 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 wub. Because, you know, all the cars are alive, obviously. Haven't you ever seen that movie, Cars? Which I have just been reinformed that is actually just called Cars. That's so lazy. Such a lazy name. Miss Hall, you seem very dedicated to your work.
Without my work, I wouldn't even have the right to be here.
What do you mean? Yeah, unlike planes, exactly. That's definitely not as lazy.
When I was a child, I was abandoned. Monsieur Master took me in. One snowy Christmas Eve, I was left on the doorstep of his mansion. I owe Monsieur Master my life. He became like a father to me.
I can't wait for planes on the trains. Train planes.
And so, to repay his kindness, I want to continue working for him.
Kate, you're incredible! I've lived a long life. Yet that brought tears even to my eyes. Oh my gosh. Gregory, why do you have to be dead? Can we get the reveal that he somehow lived through the bullet and has just been in a coma for the past 20 years or something? Even though we know he's dead because of the whole... what's her name? Maya's mom or whatever. Yeah, I know.
Today...
Yeah, fanfiction exists. Oh, okay. Misty, that's it. Thank you. You'd think I would know that name. In addition to a third Flames film, the studio is also playing several more spin-off films featuring boats, trains, and other vehicles. Plans were never materialized due to the closure of Disney Toon Studios on June 28, 2018. Aww. Sad days. But is it really sad days?
Today, Christmas Eve has finally arrived once more. But it looks like I won't be able to give him the present I prepared. I would do anything if it meant saving Monsieur Master.
Even murder.
If there's any way I could be of service to you, please ask.
Boy, you sure recovered quickly. Yes, I appreciate that. Well then, do you happen to know anything about the victim, Isaac Dover?
I don't really know much about Monsieur Dover, but I have a photo of the desserts he made for the contest finals.
This is certainly a splendid piece of work.
Yes, with this exquisite beauty, it truly is a work of art. It is crafted so intricately that you almost forget it's made out of sherbet. It seems Monsieur Master was also fond of Monsieur Dover's work as well.
Wow, these are the Taurus and Gemini constellations. Do you know about a lot about constellations, Raymond? Of course, there's so much romance in constellations. For example, take the club, lyre, and the arrow held by Gemini there. These come from... Huh? There's no strings on this lyre. And I'm not lying. Is it lying about being a liar? Did Mr. Dover make a mistake in the sculpting?
It's hard to think he would make a mistake like that.
Huh? I thought you said you didn't know that much about it.
I just sort of felt that way somehow.
It appears she's hiding something from us. Miss Hall, did you take this photograph yourself? Did you laugh about it?
Yes, I took it with this instant camera. It develops pictures instantly. One of my greatest treasures.
Wow, I would love to see it in action.
Well then why don't we take a picture right now?
Yeah, let's have a picture taken, Mr. Edworth. Sure, I don't mind. I'm confident in my hairstyle today. You're wearing a hat. I don't think your hairstyle matters.
Alright, I'm taking the picture. Say cheese.
He's better be smiling a little bit. No, he's probably gonna look exactly like Miles.
Here, it's developed. A present from me to you, Monsieur Shields.
Wow, thanks so much. That's such a great camera.
It's the only camera in this mansion. Unfortunately, its convenience comes at a cost. There are no negatives.
No negatives, huh? Is this the same camera that Mr. Master used during the contest?
Yes, you are well informed. While he made his desserts, Monsieur Master photographed his work. After that, he took photos of all the other competitors' works.
Was he taking photos at the time the body was found? The body was discovered during the judging, was it not?
Monsieur Masters intended to take photos of everyone's rooms, but after he photographed Gustavia's room, he ran out of film. Monsieur Masters asked me to change the film in the camera. It seemed the film he prepared in advance wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough film?
It seems the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of film remaining. Well, he told me himself it might have been just a mistake, though.
Was it really just a mistake?
I retrieved more film from the main building and went back to the fountain patio. It was then that I heard the sound of something breaking in Monsieur Master's room. Monsieur Master, are you in here?
And then there's a dead body.
And that's when I found Monsieur Dover's body in Monsieur Master's room. How many times am I going to say Monsieur? It was terrible. I was really shaken up. Before I spoke to anyone else, I called the police. This camera, I've kept it with me ever since.
I see. If it's alright with you, would you mind lending me your camera in that photo?
Sure, I don't mind at all, even though I just said the camera was one of my treasures. Here you go.
Thank you very much. Like how it's not in her hands, and he doesn't accept it with his hand. He just bows his head into it, and somehow it's in his inventory. His inventory is that little crease up between his eyes. Instant camera, add to the court record. Dover Sherbert Salon. Why don't we get the other picture? I want the picture of young Ray and Gregory.
Ah, Detective Bad, Miss Delicious, is the investigation over already?
Saloon? I don't know. Salon? No, I want pictures of this man, not Spider-Man.
He said he had no more use of me and kicked me out. Huh, Manny that meanie, what a rude thing to say.
It was probably to ensure you wouldn't eat any more of the crime scene.
So, Detective Bad, did you get kicked out too?
Seems Von Karma thought I was getting in the way. He won't let me investigate. He's also standing right there above us, but we're not going to address that. Why would he prohibit his own detective from investigating? But we know just about all there is to know about the crime scene. Right now, he's talking to Gustavia in Dover's room. No, he's not. He was standing right above you. I could see his pants.
Why does he need to speak to Mr. Gustavia?
We heard from Hall that Gustavia was seen entering the victim's room. Mr. Gustavia?
Yes, I saw him entering Dover's room, and it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen. And I just conveniently mentioned this, now. Although I have no idea what he did in there.
He is currently under suspicion for melting Dover's sherbet. Just why did Mr. Gustavia enter that room? I also have a photo of Dover's room here if you need it. I'll let you take a look at it.
Eh? What? Why would you do that for us?
You still don't get it, kid. I'm saying I want to help you guys in order to discover the truth of this case.
Detective Bad.
Yeah, it's bad with 2 D's, by the way.
Is that alright, Detective Bad? Won't Von Karma chew you out again?
I have no intention of becoming Von Karma's lapdog. He won't let me investigate, I'll just do as I like. Getting tied up in stupid rules will only blind you to the truth. Isn't that right, Attorney Edgeworth? Gumshoe's name is just Gumshoe. Like gum on your shoe, he sticks to you. Yep, and Phoenix's name is just right. Of course, Detective Bad, I thank you.
This is amazing, Mr. Edgeworth! Now we've got Detective Bad on our side. I don't really get what's going on, but I'm glad you boys are all friends now.
I'm grateful he'll lend us his strength. Well then, can we see the photo now? Right. This is the current state of Dover's room.
Wow, the sherbet is completely melted.
This room is drenched in light blue liquid. We should compare this with the photo Miss Hall took. Did the sherbet melt because the power cord was pulled out? Yeah, because it was pulled. All of the refrigerated glass cases lost power completely.
Looks like all the power cords were connected to this one socket.
See ya, Sanosuke. Good luck with your stuff. Do you have any idea when this cord was pulled out? No, it's still under investigation at the moment.
Oh, thank you for the host, Zappy.
Welcome to Shrim. Also hope you had a good shrim yourself, Zappy.
What a waste of beautiful sherbet. Honestly, had I known until it would end like this, I would have eaten more of the stuff.
Did Mr. Dove... Oh, wait. Yeah.
Did Mr. Dover's sherbet taste that good? Oh, yes, see? His sherbet was most delicious. Really, I wish I could have eaten some too. But there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it.
Salty?
It's right here in this photo. It was a part of that lyre.
That's the lyre from the Gemini constellation.
Ah, you snuck a bite from the lyre. That's why the strings are missing. Heh, I could have never eaten that much. It was way too salty.
The lyre was salty?
One part of the sherbet tasted different. That's rather curious. Did someone other than her also take a bite out of it? Did you notice anything else?
Now that you mention it, I see Sherbet's sculpture had these strange markings on them. They had 2 letters carved into them. Wait a minute. There! It looks something like this.
An alphabet signature? It can't be.
I knew it. I just knew Monsieur Dover made this liar. He isn't one to make mistakes of his sculptures after all.
Miss Hall, it's been troubling me for a while, but do you know something about Mr. Dover?
Huh? Why would I know something about Monsieur Dover?
You seem quite attached to Mr. Dover's handiwork.
That's just because his sculptures are such great works of art.
No, I believe his works are very special to you in particular.
How do you know that? Isn't like I have his tea set or anything.
There's a piece of evidence that we believe belongs to Mr. Dover, and it happens to share a common feature with another piece of evidence.
Please show me. I have no idea what you're talking about. But I'm going to do a little dance just to prove how much I'm not interested in this conversation. Which 2 pieces of evidence share something in common?
2 pieces of evidence that point to Mr. Dover. Let's start by presenting the first one. Take that! And now the second piece of evidence, which shares a common feature, is... Let's make sure. Take that! Delicia saw 2 letters of the alphabet. They were probably used as Mr. Dover's signature, just as an artist would sign their name on their works.
Right. He is super manly, and yet still a sweetheart. In his own way. It's pretty adorable. Oi, I remember now. I see Sherbet sculpture had a PH carved into them, I'm sure of it.
PH? Those aren't Isaac Dover's initials, though. No, but we found this seal at the scene of the crime. It probably had fallen out of late Mr. Dover's pocket. If you would press this seal onto something, it would mark with the letters PH, and also like a little spike thing, kind of looks like a snowflake if you really look at it. Also, the very same PH symbol is engraved in this teapot. The same symbol. This teapot was made by the sculptor Pierre Hauquet. In other words, this PH is the signature of Pierre Hauquet. Miss Hall, you know about this signature all too well, don't you?
Yes, Monsieur Hauquet's works have always bear that signature. Since he never shows himself in public, his signature is used to identify his works. And he entered a contest under a name, probably his actual name, and, put it on there, because why not? That's the best way to stay under everyone's nose.
No way. Are you saying Pierre Hauquet is? It seems Detective Bad has also realized that Isaac Dover's true identity. To Miss Hall, Mr. Dover was no ordinary pastry chef. That's because his true identity was... a pastry chef. It seems that he was no ordinary pastry chef. He was, in fact, a pastry chef. I knew it. Wait, that doesn't add up. He was obviously a fan of sculptures and would put PH on things because he knew it was the signature of that sculpture man. I think it's flawless logic, right? It's things like this in these games that are like, why did they even bother asking you these? Of course, watch me get it wrong. Just to make fun of me. That's right. Mr. Dover's true identity was a sculptor. Was the sculptor, Pierre Hauquet.
What? Mr. Dover was a sculptor?
Does that mean he's involved in this case? I mean, I guess. Things like signatures can be faked if you have the original designs. Can you really use that as proof he was a sculptor? No, but it's important here to Miss Hall that Miss Hall thought he was. As for providing real identity, I'll leave that to the police. I get it. I'll have the boys check up on it.
That's a good partnership right there.
As expected from you, Gregory Edgeworth.
You knew Mr. Dover's real identity all along, didn't you?
Yes. When I discovered the body, I noticed the seal. I knew from that moment he was Pierre Hauckwood, the man I greatly admired. Thinking that this would be his final posthumous work, I just couldn't sit still.
So that's why you entered Dover's room.
Huh? What did you say?
When exactly did you take the photo of Dover's room?
That was... Perhaps this was taken during the judging.
Objection!
Objection? That's strange. Why would you say perhaps to your own thing? Also, I thought you said the camera ran out of film during the judging. Before Mr. Master entered Dover's room, you were the one in possession of the camera. Wasn't that why you were able to take the photo when you discovered the body?
Yes, that is right.
The only photos you took with the new film were of Dover's room and the body. If that's the case, a new contradiction comes to light.
Another one.
The piece of evidence that contradicts the two photos Miss Hall took is... I have not reviewed these for a while. Oh boy. At least a week. Has the capacity for 20 photos, but is only filmed for 3.
Hello, Toby. How's it going? Dance, interrogation. Yeah, I'm sorry about the music slowing down. It's to build drama, you know? I could mute it and then put on the actual music, just on something else, but meh. Was in Mr. Master's possession. Okay. Is this the contradiction? Because it is weird that she'd be able to open these doors that were locked. You know, like a speeds back up once I look at a picture or something. Doesn't seem like a lot of pieces are missing off this thing, even though Miss Delicious was supposed to eat part of it. Except for the lyres with strings. I'm gonna go with the key, I think. I don't know. Am I being dumb again? But if I believe in myself, I usually get things wrong. This piece of evidence contradicts the photo Miss Hall took. I don't think there's anything contradictory about that. I mean, there is, but whatever. You're not that much, though. My logic is the only thing contradictory here. You know, it was worth it for the Gregory smile. I do. So Okay, so it was the camera. Because she restocked the... If she restocked the film, it should have room for, like, 18 more pictures. Or, well, I guess at this point it'd be 17? Since she just took that picture of Gregory and... Yeah, whatever. That is my instant camera that I just handed to you. You've already handed the photos of Dover's room and the body to myself and the police. That reminds me, didn't you also take a photo of me and Mr. Edward just now? The film used in this camera can take up to 20 photos. However, this camera only has 3 photos left, which leaves 14 photos unaccounted for. Exactly what were they used to photograph? Please show us all the photos you took. We will discern your actions from these photos. I'm so sorry. I have told a terrible lie. Don't tell me. All the remaining shots are of Isaac Dover's room. My deepest apologies. It seems they're all shots of the ice sculptures from various angles. But when these were taken, the sculptures had not melted yet. But that means the one who caused them to melt was you. Yes. I am positive that I melted them. You are positive? I am an aficionado of the sculpture Pierre Hoquet, who is actually Monsieur Dover. Before the authorities could photophile his final masterpieces during the investigation, I thought I should preserve them through photographs. Hence, I entered his room. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me mispronouncing things. In that case, why had all the ice melted? I tripped. I was taking the pictures and I became entranced with his works. And it seemed that my foot accidentally got caught in the power cord, unplugging it. And you know, I didn't think, oh, I should just plug that back in. Ice doesn't melt that fast. But it was too late. Accidentally, you say? I did not notice the power cord at the time. I would have never imagined it would be the cause of the sculpture's melting. Could the truth really be that simple? However, I cannot say with certainty that she is lying. I am so sorry to have caused you all so much trouble. As long as you are telling the truth, there's no need to apologize. That's right. Don't sweat it, Kate. Thank you very much. Edworth, here, take this picture. Do what you want with it. Oh, okay. That wasn't Von Karma's pants, it was a guard's pants. Why was he even here? Why did they put the guards there if I have been unable to move this whole time? I don't like that it's Edworth's return song whenever Von Karma shows up. That seems rude. You meddling fool still haven't given up yet, have you? No matter how long you wait, I have no intention of allowing you a defense attorney to investigate. No matter. If we can't investigate, we'll find the truth through some other method. Always ready with a comeback. Well, do try your best. Excuse me, Monsieur Von Karma. The truth is, it was I who melted the ice sculptures in Monsieur Dover's room. What? What is the meaning of this, you clod? Wow. Calling her a rock. I am truly sorry, both to you and Monsieur Gustavia. Do not be concerned about me. Mr. Von Karma has already recognized that I had no hand in this act. That reminds me. Why did you enter Mr. Dover's room, Mr. Gustavia? Ah, well, that is because... Objection. Silence, Ignoramus. You will not give the attorney the teeniest hint of information. Catherine Hall, you are coming with me. You are under suspicion of being complicit in the murder. No. I shall be interrogating you personally. You best prepare yourself. Very well. She gave up pretty quick. Please wait, I still have some questions I want to ask her. I don't care for your sorry plight in the least. I hate this man. Bad, Gustavia. And while I'm at it, you as well, Scones.
I have plenty of questions for you all.
Understood. While I'm at it, he says, the nerve.
Well, there goes all of them.
He just took everyone away with him.
Yes, even if we stay here, I don't think we'll be able to investigate any further today. Let's take our leave for now. It is already growing rather late. I hope the snow has stopped by now.
Sounds good. I'm starving anyway.
Let's stop somewhere for hamburgers then. I could really slurp up some hamburgers before my stomach joins the chorus.
Dang it, Gregory. You can't fight on an empty stomach after all.
We'll need to report back to Mr. Master with our findings first thing tomorrow. To be continued. And that, I think, is the best starting point as any, you know?
Visitor's room.
You know, not only is it getting kinda late, but it's been 3 hours. I think that's a good time for these things, you know? So, you press this button to close this thing real quick. There we go. That way I don't accidentally add losses to me, to my counter. So, anyways, thanks a lot for joining me, everybody. Hope you enjoyed my bad voices and my bad voices, or voice, I guess. Messed up my own joke. Well, that's normal for you. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the investigations. Expect more investigations at a later date, as we'll definitely be, you know, finishing the game at some point, instead of just putting it on the shelf. Although once Kingdom Hearts comes out, who knows what's gonna happen. Thanks again for the gifted subs, by the way, OP. And that's all I can think of, really. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good night, and remember to stay away from the Megatoxin X before it gets you. Even if you want to kill those things from that country that were brought here by that man. Like, don't worry about it. It's not worth dealing with the potential toxin. Also, stay away from any butts. Yeah, I hate those things from that country brought here by that man. Ugh. Anyway, see you later. Thanks for watching.